Get those likes up, ladies and gentlemen. Timer's ticking. Last chance to hit those likes. Let's get the party started. Good morning, folks. Welcome to the stream today. I see you guys staying out with a Bruins goalie, man. Listen, I never once was a Bruins goalie. I played hockey for 1 year, and after that 1 year, I realized that it's not for me, right? The amount of times that I felt, the amount of times that I missed was too much. So I decided to play basketball, Jordan's tall. He plays basketball. There we go. And then when I realized I got to high school, I realized I actually wasn't that tall. I was tall, but I wasn't as tall enough to play in the NBA. So there it is, man. There's my sports story. As we got some early morning sirens going off over here in New York over here. So let's jump out of the stream, man. What's going on with BTC? Are we on the cusp of a breakout? Or is this the time when Bitcoin's going to pull back right back down to the lows? Let's talk about it, man. Let's freaking talk about it. What's going on, Neil? I saw Neil was going nuts in the chat this morning. Handleton. Just kidding. I now know that it's hand telephone. Mike, what's going on, man? Don't yell too loud. The desk might fall down. No, it's good. The IKEA guy came and fixed it. It's all good. I told him, don't forget to accumulate some crypto while you're here, and he said, I'm not going to do it. I'm too scared. There's too much FUD right now, so I am not going to do it. But I will gladly fix your desk. That's what he told me this morning. So desk is good. Desk is fine this morning, and we're here drinking some coffee, man, some delicious stuff. AJB, what's going on, buddy? Good for you to come out and hang out with us on this beautiful Friday. Cheers for the freaking weekend, man. Can we get pumped for the weekend this night? Come on.
Strap up. We're going to the moon.
Can we get pumped for the weekend? All right. Let's jump into the charts. Let's not waste any more time. We've been wasting way too much time already today. All right. Bitcoin got a nice move up yesterday. Obviously, the CPI came out and we got smashed back down. We talked about that, right? We talked about that. And then we got pretty much Instabot right back up. Pretty much in a straight line, all the way back up to about 20K. So we saw a move from 18K to 20K. If you panic sold right here at 18K, if you FOMO shorted right here at 18K, well, rest in peace, my man. Rest in peace, my man. And I want to forever be hearing your echoes, at least for right now.
Bitcoin's going to 10K.
I want to hear your echoes going all the way down the chamber. Or chamber, I don't know. It would be the 1900s here, all the way down the chamber as we start to come back up. Now, here's the point, guys, and this was sort of the kind of level that we were talking about yesterday. There's a lot of resistance in this area, man. All right, and Bitcoin's having a little bit of trouble in this area right now. All right, just a little bit, just a little bit of trouble in this area. Where's the trouble that we're finding? Well, we got this not all-time high, but this resistance line that we've been below this whole consolidation period. As Bitcoin comes back up to this line, this has been the point where Bitcoin's gotten rejected time after time after time after time. Every rally that we seem to have since August seems to get rejected from this trend line. Okay, so here's the deal. We always talk about at support, you can't be too you can't be too bearish at support, right? You buy support until it doesn't break. That's the rule. You buy support until it doesn't break. Now, I assume a lot of people put short positions in right here, right? And I get it. I get why people put short positions in right there, right? I get it, right? On the charts, that's some big resistance, right? Obviously, you got this resistance coming down like this, right? If we look left, what do we got looking left? Well, we got previous support, previous resistance, previous resistance, previous resistance, now trying to flip his resistance again. Not only that, if we actually look a little bit closely on the 4-hour time frame, we also got the 200 EMA coming in right here on the 4-hour time frame. So we talked about this area last night, so this 19.6 to 19.8 level being sort of this annoying level that Bitcoin's got to break back above. It's having a little bit of trouble with it right now. Can it break it? That's what we're going to watch going into today. Now, I know what all the bears will say. Right, especially you guys who watch Tino. Shout out to Tino. I saw his face reveal, and he was not what I expected at all. Not what I expected at all, and I'm genuinely happy because he is a beautiful man, kind of like me. We are both beautiful men, and that's why I don't know where I'm going with this, but anyways, we got this yellow vector candle down here in this giant wick on the 4-hour time frame, right? Giant wick, yellow vector, it's all sitting right there. So the question is, we all want to get excited, okay? I know. We all want to get excited, and there will be a time where we do get excited, okay? There will be a time we do get excited, but I think we have to temper our expectations here. Why? Because just like when we say when Bitcoin's at support, we want to get bullish, when Bitcoin comes up to resistance, we got to sort of flip the mindset. All right, Bitcoin's at a massive resistance right now. Can it break? Yes. It's just like when we talk about when Bitcoin goes to support. Can it break? Yes. But when we come up to resistance, you got to give it the time of day. And we still got this vector candle and this. He said, kind of sus, bro. But morning. Why is that sus, man? Listen, I think it's more sus if you are not willing to appreciate someone else, right? I think that's more sus. Why? Because that means you're not comfortable in your sexuality, right? If you're going to come out and say, okay, I'm not going to say this guy's a good-looking guy, or if you're a girl, I'm not going to say this girl's a good-looking girl or a pretty girl. I think that makes you sus. I'm going to be honest. Here. I think that makes you a little sus. But hey, who am I to say? I'm a millennial. Millennials don't know shit. All right. But anyways. We still got this vector and this wick down here. At some point, you got to assume that the market's going to come back down to this range. I hope it doesn't. And I hope we just leave it there and we can throw it away. But we always got to remember this is down here for now. And that there's always a possibility that Bitcoin could just, at any point, whether it's at this point or we break up and we come to this $20,400 level, which we've gotten rejected from, once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, right? Or, whether we come back down for it now or we come back down from it here, we got to pay attention to this and make sure we know that there's always a possibility Bitcoin can get insta-dumped, we like to say, insta-dumped back down to that 18K range or so, right? So, we'll see. Let me see what you guys are saying in the chat. Let's see. I'm not comfortable. Facts. This market is as exciting as the Commanders-Bears game. That was the worst game to have on Thursday night. How are you going to have Commanders-Bears? Literally, Justin Fields looks horrible. Horrible. That dude sucks, man. Holy Lord, that guy sucks. And then you got freaking Captain Wentz out there throwing his freaking wobbly balls everywhere. Holy moly, that couldn't have been a worse game for Thursday night. Holy shit, man. I think I lost some brain cells here. And I didn't even watch it. And I think I lost some brain cells. Holy shit, man. But no, guys, we find ourselves at a big resistance. There's so much confluence right here, okay? The good thing we have going for us, at least right now, is it looks like, actually, let's go back. Let's jump on over to the stock markets real quick. It looks like, at least they were, let me check the NASDAQ out. NASDAQ's up about 0.85% in the early morning. Always be careful of the early morning because, as we know, that could swap on an absolute dime. It looks like the NASDAQ's coming up a little bit. Stock market futures were green. They were coming up pretty nicely. They had a nice breakout last night. If you guys were watching the charts last night, the S&P smacked to the upside. Bitcoin smacked to the upside. It was pretty cool. But obviously, we want to see this continue up, right? Obviously, S&P 500 at the 200-week moving average, that is the level to watch for pretty much all markets, in my opinion. S&P holds this, continues to bounce, Bitcoin's going to bounce. S&P breaks this, Bitcoin's going down. All right? It's as simple as that. And I want to see actually a strong close from the S&P today, right? Why do I want to see a strong close? Well, we get a strong close. This is going to look like a super bullish candle here on the S&P, right? A giant wick on the downside, a nice green body going into next week. That's going to be a nice freaking weekly close going into next week with bullish divergence off the 200-week moving average. I'm going to like it, right? I'm going to like it. And you got to like what you're seeing so far. Obviously, long Friday to go. Anything could happen on Friday. If we insta-dump, I wouldn't be surprised. But, for now, the S&P is in a good spot, right? It really is in a good spot. So as long as we continue to hold this based off past results, when the S&P holds this, it's been a good sign. When it breaks it, it's been a bad sign. So we'll continue to watch this over time. But that is also a really, really nice sign for the little old S&P 500, which no one cares about, so we're going to get off of right now. All right. When big moves, said Neil? Patience, man. Patience. Let's go check out that big move chart we've been talking about. So this is the chart everyone's watching, right? Everyone and their mother's watching this chart right now, all right? I don't think that there's anyone that's not watching this chart. Why? Because you got a massive supply coming down and a massive demand coming across, all right? The bulls and the bears are in a battle right now. They are fighting for the land. Who will take the land? Will the bulls take the land to the upside? Or will the bears prepare the land and take the move to the downside? Or will the battle just continue on the same battlefield for another couple months? We'll find out very, very soon. And you know, you can't always know these things, but something's got to give here, right? Whether you're under the assumption that even if this breaks, you know, we just continue sideways like this, which would suck. But in all seriousness, something's got to give. Either we got to break this downtrend, or we got to break this horizontal support to the downside, right? We got to do this, or we got to do this. Something's got to give, or we got to do this. Either way, we should have some resolution here, like we said, by the end of October. It still gives us another 2 weeks of potential sideways here. But what's exciting about today, which also could be not exciting because you could get rejected, I mean, we got to give that the benefit of the doubt, right? We can't be biased here on the charts. Why can't we be biased? Because when you're biased, that's when you lose. If we want to be biased and say every time Bitcoin comes to support, you long, which has worked every single time, you can't be biased and say every time it's came up to resistance, right, it's going to get rejected, which it has every single time. So, but the issue with that is something's got to give at some point, you know? So we sort of wait. I think you got to give this the bias of this getting rejected in this range. You know, I don't want to say that, but I think you got to give it the bias. Doesn't mean if it comes back down again, I won't scoop up some more crypto. I want some more near. I want some more sub $3 near, man. But will I get it? We'll find out. We'll find out. But no, we're sitting right there. Let's obviously have some patience. You got the daily stock RSI crossed back to the upside yesterday, which is a good sign. So we'll watch this, but you know, still under it, on the cusp, as the thumbnail says, and we wait, and we wait. Let's see. Soon. I'm so sick of nothing changing. I think everyone is, right? And that's what's awesome. I find that fascinating. My favorite time in the market is, you know, when everyone's bored, okay, and I'm myself is bored because I know that something's going to happen soon, and when everyone's just begging for lower prices. That is literally the best time in the market, man. When everyone's just begging, pleading for lower prices, and everyone's bored. I love that. I love it. I love it. And which is everyone's doing. I think everyone wants lower prices. Everyone literally wants lower prices. I could be wrong. That's the vibe I get generally. Even when the market goes up, no one gets pumped. You know what I mean? You know, so let's find out. Either way, you know, we look at the 5-day chart, which, you know, I like looking at some of these like more obscure charts, like the 3-day, like the 5-day, and kind of everything in between. Guys, this has just been a prolonged sideways action, as we know the last few months. Okay, and really in particular the last month. But you know, we look at some of our indicators here, which indicators are indicators. I'm not a big fan of indicators. I'm more of a fan of looking at support resistance lines. You know, don't try to kid yourself and looking at indicators going to give you like, oh my God, this indicator flipped bullish. That means we're going to go up. No. If that was the case, everyone would use the same indicator and it would work every single time, which it doesn't. Okay. But if you look at it like this, there is still on the weekly, on the 5-day, right? On the 3-day, there's still that bullish divergence. Right? And it hasn't played out yet. And sometimes it can take some time for it to play out. But you still got those lower lows, those higher lows on the RSI. And you got the momentum wave, which looks like it's actually about to flip back up to the upside. Right? It's about to flip back up to the upside. So can we see that nice little move? We haven't seen it yet. You know? And it's really just been a sort of snailing. Just snailing sideways. and going nuts. Clint is a uni maxi. Clint is a uni maxi, man. I'm happy for Clint. I'm so happy for Clint for buying the dip, man. Especially on uni, because uni's already up, right? Let's take a look at uni. So, Clint, I'm assuming you bought uni somewhere on this wick. I'm gonna take it like 3/4 of the way down, right? I'm gonna assume Clint bought right there. Clint's already up 15% on that buy, and that's why you buy support, mofo's. You know, it's not always doesn't have to be a long-term hold. You can buy support. Guess what? It bounces. You can take profits. Holy moly, man! Listen, Clint's already up 15% on that uni buy. Clint is balling right now because he bought support. But at the same point, now we're at resistance. So now you got to flip the opposite way, right? Could this break to the upside? Just like we said with support. Could it break to the downside? Yes. Could the resistance break to the upside? Yes. Now you got to look at this and say, we're at resistance. Now, based off what we've done in the past, we've dipped from this point, okay? Now, I want this to break to the upside. Trust me. I want to get out of this range. I want to get some excitement in the market, but you still got to look at this from a realistic point of view. We've gotten rejected from this point 5 times, okay? This could be the time where Bitcoin starts to roll back over. So do not be too much of a moon boy. Like, I want to be a moon boy, trust me. But don't be too much of a moon boy here, because this is the point where Bitcoin could turn right back down, you know? So we'll wait. 13% up, actually. Nice, Clint. That's what I'm talking about, man. That's what I'm talking about. George was funny yesterday. Yeah, yesterday was just an awesome day, man. I mean, it at least gave us a little bit of dopamine hit as far as excitement, because the last month has been brutal. At least yesterday gave us a little bit of dip, right? Gave us a little bit of fear. It pumped up, gave us a little bit of greed. You know, we got our little dopamine hit, and we sort of moved on with our life, you know? That's the best. Mango Trulies? Mango Trulies?
Nope.
Mango Trulies, man. If you're going to have a Truly, have the lime. The lime flavor is the best Truly. Hands down. Come at me. Drew said I can't take George seriously. I don't think, you know, to be fair, I watch George just because I've watched him forever. And I like to watch someone for news, right? And you know, obviously, do I listen to everything he says? No. But I genuinely believe in his philosophy, though. You know, which is just like, if you invest money you can afford to lose, just DCA. And I'm not exactly like him where I agree with just DCAing all the time. I think there's better times you can DCA, you know. But you know, at the same point, he thinks long term. You know, do I always believe with always being bullish? No, I don't either. But you know, it's his channel. You know, that's what his channel is about, is being bullish all the time. So it is what it is. You know, everyone has their own flavor. So let's see what we got going on here. So we talked about that. Man. I think we're kind of back in this inevitable range, which was my worst nightmare. I'm gonna have nightmares. I'm literally gonna have nightmares about this range, bro. If I can't do it. Let's see. So BTC, you know, we're just kind of just back in this range, man, which is fun, which is you know, it is what it is at this point. But man, another wait period where we sort of have to wait this out again. You know, just another wait period. Why do all these do this, man? Every 2 seconds. You guys have this problem with TradingView? Does anyone else have this problem with TradingView in the chat? Where you're looking at a chart. You go away from it for like 20 minutes. You click on the tab again and it refreshes. Does anyone else have this problem? Because it's really annoying. It's really frustrating, man. It's not that annoying. Like, it's totally a first world problem. But holy moly, man. It's freaking annoying, bro. Total market cap. Let's look at total market cap chart real quick. Let's look at total market cap real quick, right? So total market cap, you guys know I like looking at total market cap. Obviously, we wicked down to support yesterday. Support. We held support. What do you know? Buy support. It works. Well, now it's the opposite, right? And this is something that we've been looking at for I guess a couple days maybe. But no, a couple weeks. We broke this to the downside, right? We came back up, and now we're retesting that as resistance. So kind of like we said yesterday, And it correlates perfectly where Bitcoin is at this downtrend of resistance. We need to see total market cap get back above this. As long as we stay below this like this, could you just flip right back down to come back down to the downside again? Yes, right? So once again, we're in sort of this interesting area where you got to start looking for some breaks to the upside, or you could stall out at this point, right? Huge resistance on Bitcoin, huge resistance on total market cap. Let's get a break out of this, but right now we're finding a little bit of headway here, okay? Which is basically the breakdown, the retest. And you don't want to see that continuation down. So we'll keep watching this, but obviously this one, I'm not a big fan of measure move targets. I think they're a little bit sort of, they give you a target, but is it the best way to look at the market? Absolutely not, man. But if you take the swing highs to the swing lows and you do put that extrapolation down, it actually, funny enough, it does put you right at the previous lows. Do I think we're going to go back down there necessarily right now? No. But that is the technical target. So we'll watch it. We can't be biased on the charts as much as we want it to go up. I can't be biased. I can't be biased, man. I can't do it. At least I try not to be biased. Sometimes it's hard. I want to be so biased, but I can't do it all the time. You know what I mean? Let's see BTC right now. BTC, man. Don't be creating that M formation. Come on, BTC. You better hold up here, mofo. I love calling Bitcoin mofo. I don't know. Does anyone else have a name for Bitcoin? Like, do you guys call Bitcoin any type of name? Let me know. What kind of name you call Bitcoin in the chat? Mofo. I like to call it mofo. What's up, mofo? You guys say it's a sausage fest in the chat? Jen, all the girls are gone, man. The girls only want to come in during the bull market. But Jen is out here grinding. Jen is grinding out here right now. Okay? And I love it. I love the grind, man. I love the grind. Holy moly, man. Jen, I appreciate it. But no, we don't want to see Bitcoin obviously do the M formation right at resistance. Come on, BTC, go give us the M. Even though that's what it looks like at the moment. We still got to contend with the thought that Bitcoin's probably going to come back down to this range again at some point. Right? We're range locked. The whales are doing their best to bore us out, and what would be the best point is just coming back down to the lows again. Get everyone fearful just to come back up to the highs again, But, obviously we'll keep watching here. Anyone looking for some feet picks this morning? Need some DCA funds? Listen, man, I don't think you need any DCA funds right now, okay? Neil, I think you're balling. I think Neil is an absolute baller out there right now. Absolute baller. Let me tell you, man. Let me tell you. Let me freaking tell you this. All right. Let's jump back in here. So, what do we got for Ethereum? Let's check ETH, because ETH, a lot of altcoins had some pretty good moves. Did we get anywhere special on Ethereum? Well, not really, right? I mean, ETH is up. ETH was up about 4% at one point today, right? But it's sort of the same point for Ethereum, right? It's the same thing we keep talking about, and I can't wait to not talk about this. But it's resistance turned into support. You actually did get a little short-term breakout, right? So Bitcoin hasn't broken out, but ETH actually broke out to the upside here. And that's why you saw that big impulse for ETH today, right? We had this downtrend of resistance that was going on since October 6th that we did actually break out of, which is really, really nice. And then you saw that nice impulse for Ethereum up. But it's the same thing as BTC, man, which is slightly annoying in a way, where you got sort of this secondary resistance coming across right here, right? Where we've gotten rejected from a few times. And, yes, you bounce from support, but, for now, you got to contend with this region here, right? Is there a possibility this could just turn right back over and come back down? There is. There is. In reality, you zoom out, what is Ethereum doing? Well, it's doing the same thing as Bitcoin, which is frustrating. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Oh, man, we're all going to go nuts in this bear market, man. Holy moly. Some of us already went nuts. Holy moly, if you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. Holy moly, bro. But, here we are. We sit and we wait and we see what happens here. Obviously, this is a big resistance that ETH is going to contend with. If it breaks up, we're looking for basically the 200 EMA back up to 1379, or this resistance up here towards 1388 that we that we've got rejected from once, twice, 3 times. And if it does come back up there we go, man. It is what it is. Let's see. Let's see. Don't be trolling in the chat, man. Holy moly, bro. Don't be trolling the chat. It doesn't affect me anymore. You guys need a new way to troll me. Okay? You do. You guys need to come up with some better trolls because holy moly. The no volume trolls, that doesn't work anymore. What you guys are trying to do in the chat now, that doesn't work anymore. You know how it is. All right. Anyways, let's see the S&P. So S&P is coming down a little bit now with BTC coming down, S&P coming back down. Are we coming back down to take this 4-hour vector candle here? Most likely. I want to see a bounce. Obviously, we want to see a bounce, right? I think that's pretty much a foregone conclusion here. NASDAQ, slightly red. Well, let's see. Like it's super early in the day. Like, what did we see yesterday? Right? Yesterday was a perfect example. We saw huge red turn into huge green, literally over the course of one day. So, obviously, I take any short-term move with a grain of salt. But it looks like Bitcoin's trying to break this M formation back down to the downside. Here we go. M formation back to the downside. Will we close below? That's the key. That's the key here. Let's go to the 15-minute real quick. So we got this M formation here. Will we close below the neckline? Let's see what we got. The neckline is sitting right here. Technically, you could say it's here. Right? You could technically say it from the closes. I prefer closes. Right? So you could say that Bitcoin is breaking that M formation right now as we speak. Right there. 19,570. So we got 3 minutes into the 15-minute close. I want to see if Bitcoin can retrace this before the close here. Let's see what we got going on here. Let's see what we got cooking. See what we got cooking, my man. Did you buy a new desk? No, Drew. I pretty much just took the desk. I took the desk and I flipped it around. I took the desk and I flipped it, So, that's the best that we can do here. You know what I mean? That's the best that we can do. All right, here comes BT Sizzle. Sizzle my nizzle. Are we coming back down here? Again, and this is why you got to respect resistance until it's broken. Respect support until it's broken. Respect resistance until it's broken. Respect support until it's broken. Back and forth. It's a chess match. It's a damn chess match at this point. Which one's going to break first? Are we going to see resistance break first? We're going to see support break first. It's a game right now between the bull market makers and the bear market makers. They're the same person, but it's like one of them's on the good shoulder, one of them's on the bad shoulder. Time to dump it. No, I don't want to dump it yet, but you have to. Okay, we'll dump it. But I want to buy support again. Okay, buy support. And it's just a constant back and forth in a game right now, which is awesome. If you can't sense the sarcasm, I don't know what to tell you, man. German whales are watching your stream. Stop giving them tips, dude. We don't give tips here. We short resistance and we long support, or we buy support and we sell resistance. That's what we do here. we're not reinventing the wheel, Which I told you guys, the longer I just look at charts, the more I realize that indicators are sort of overrated in my opinion. But to reach the road, everyone has a different style here. Yeah. So here kind of we are. We sit and we wait and we see what Bitcoin has in store for us. 15-minute time frame. We are breaking down. We have the 200 EMA. We have the 200 EMA coming in right here at about 19,355. So that's kind of the first level I'm looking at for a possible bounce. Is that 200 EMA. 19,355 here. See the stock markets, man. NASDAQ coming down now. Actually, it's not really coming down that bad. I'm being a little bit dramatic. Stock market futures down a little bit. Let's see the S&P. S&P coming back down a little bit. We got these vector candles, man. What would be awesome if it just comes back down, takes these, right? Makes everyone think that we're bearish again, just to make it rise back up again. And it's just back and forth, back and forth, back and forth until one side breaks. You know? So like for S&P, do we come back down? We take these bad boys just to pop back up again, and then we create that W formation. You know, and we're kind of good to go. We'll see. All right, we'll see. It's the same sort as Bitcoin here. Let me actually put this on right here. Bitcoin's got some support and a little bit on that 200 EMA right there. Let's see what we got. Joy, I want to see the Cam Fam trip to the grocery store. Get ready for the next Cam Fam episode. You guys will like this next Cam Fam episode. The next Cam Fam episode is Bob tries Tinder. You guys will like this one, man. You guys will like this one. I want to do like, obviously I want to switch from like doing a crypto one to a non-crypto one, and yeah, you guys will like this one. This one's really good. Well, I just started it, but it's not even close to done yet. But yeah, here we go. Let's see what Bitcoin's got. Let's zoom out a little bit. Oh no, we're dumping.
Everybody panic. We're going to zero.
Oh man, are you sick of this ping pong? I don't know about you. Let's see what we got. Let's look at our fibs here. Yeah, man. Listen, I wouldn't rule out. Let me bring this to the 1 hour time frame again. I wouldn't rule out a move back all the way back down to the 786. You know, which is at 18.5. I wouldn't rule that out here. You know, as much as I don't want to see that, I wouldn't rule it out. Am I banking on it? No, but I wouldn't rule that out here. Move down to the 786 fib. The thing is, you should have some good support at here at 19,350, right? You got some little bit of support here looking left. You got the 50 EMA, the 200 EMA, both coming in at the exact same point right here. Look at that wick. Look at that wick right to that level, man. Obviously, it might not hold, but look at that precision by the market makers there. 200 EMA, 50 EMA coming in right there at the exact same point. Bitcoin wicks down, taps those levels, gets a bounce. It's nice, man. It's very, very nice. Very, very nice. I think what we want to see for now, for this M formation not to continue to play out, we got a long time for this hourly candle to close. If this hourly candle somehow can retrace and come all the way back up and get back above, 19,600 in this hourly candle and kind of nullify this, I think that'll be pretty good. But that might be a little bit of a stretch at this point, So let's see what we got. Ready to play ping pong in the ding dang? Ping pong in the ding dang. We are testing the old resistance and flipping into support. You remember back in the day. Old resistance, flipping into support. All right. Let's see. 14K coming. Just kidding. I have no clue. No one has no clue, man. We're all sitting here and having fun, But at the end of the day, for me, it's just the same. It's the same thing. We're gonna keep hyping this up until we get some resolution. Listen, we won't know where the bottom's gonna be probably for a year to 2 years from now. Why? Because you don't know until the market actually starts moving up pretty heavily, right? So we won't know. It's all speculation. But all I know is in this green box is in this green box, okay? Until the next halving, unless we see some move up before the halving, that's crazy. Obviously, I'm not gonna FOMO. But from here to the next halving, as long as Bitcoin is below 21.5, it's accumulation central for me, man. Accumulation central. Okay? And all the people waiting to buy 10K, which they won't because they'll be too scared when it goes to 10K. Okay? It's just facts. All the people waiting to buy here, which maybe it goes to 10K. I'm not saying it won't. But even if it does, people won't buy. Get a wick. You'll come back up here. You say, oh, it's going to go to 5K. It'll accumulate a little bit more. Maybe it goes to 10K again. Comes back up. Okay? They'll all be up here. And guess what, man? The bulls always have the last laugh. And we shall wait. We shall wait. You guys know that's my long-term philosophy. I'm not doing anything crazy. From this point on, we're DCAing in. When we start to get back above these levels again, we DCAing out. We're not recreating the wheel here, man. DCA in, DCA out. DCA in, DCA out. We're not doing anything different this time. Okay? That's it. That's all we're doing. We're not coming out here and creating some new philosophy. That's not what we're doing here, my friends. But we'll have fun. Stick to your plan. Neil said not buying BTC until 3,300. Hey, man. If that happens, I will give it to you. Because that is one hell of a call, man. One hell of a call. That's one hell of a call, my friend. I'll be selling lots of pictures if we go to 10K. True, you might be right. It sounds like all the people that were like, I'm going to sell my house if Bitcoin goes below 20K. Now, where are those people who sold their house? You know what I mean? It's always funny looking at like looking back and hearing what people said. You know, like I can find it's quite the phenomenon that we live in right now, man. It's quite the phenomenon. It is. What is it? 1022. All right. What do we got? Any alts that really did some nice things? Obviously, there's a couple alts. They had a little. They have some move to the upside. They didn't do. I mean, anything crazy. We're not talking anything crazy here. But what a lot of them did is, you know, they basically yesterday they got a wick down. Capitulation central on the wick. Okay, and you know, support, deviation, support. All right, a lot of them just came to support, right? Matic came to support, and what you'll find is a lot of these are going to start hitting some of these big sort of macro downtrend and resistance points on the daily. Some big points. So Matic is here, coming up to test that initial rejection from the level. So, you know, obviously Matic hasn't done Shiza yet. Shiza, Dot, kind of just flipping old support into new resistance. You know, nothing really crazy on Dot at the moment. The issue is a lot of these altcoins is now you got these giant wicks down here, man. You know, where you got to assume at some point they'll come back to those levels. You know, it doesn't mean it has to happen now. Like you can get a rise before you come back down to those levels, but you know, that's sort of the issue that we have now. Is you got these. Sol, you know, pretty much came to support. You know, Sol's getting squeezed like a mofo. Squeezed like a mofo in this bitch, right? Downtrend. You got resistance on that today. You know, it's getting squeezed like a mofo. Kind of like Bitcoin. Support, resistance coming down. Something's got to give. Probably sideways based off what we've seen, but something's got to give here on Sol. Shibanichi got a little scam pump yesterday. It was up like 8% or something yesterday, but came back down to earth. Shib back at support. You know, nothing really new on Shib to say. You know, other than sort of waiting on some type of breakout. Sell a top this gimme. Let's see. Joe, what's your feeling and optimism? I feel suspect because blank pushes it hard. Optimism is interesting. It's one I've looked into. I think that one's interesting. You know, I haven't gone enough to deep dive. Like for the really low cap ones, I got to be really interested in it, man. You know, there's not too many that I like. I like Gala, and Gala and Cadena are two of the ones that are, you know, 100 and below market cap, or right at 100 of market cap that I like. And Audius. Just because they do things that I genuinely enjoy and I like, but Optimus I have to look into a little bit more. But I've seen videos where optimism has been pushed out pretty hard, which, you know, obviously sometimes, you know, but when you hear a big YouTuber talk about a project, okay, you got, like, when I mean by a big YouTuber, I'm saying someone that talks about coins a lot, like separate projects and individual videos, you gotta be a little skeptical. Because usually when that happens, what you'll see is like an initial little pump, and then it kind of bleeds out for a long time. So, man. But I got to do more research on it, though. I picked up some Algo at 29. Nice, dude. Oh, yeah, Ethereum Classic, too. Ethereum Classic. I don't even know where Ethereum Classic is now. You know? Costa? Oh, no, hell no, Costa. No Costa. No Costa. No Costa, no VPAD. Which no one talks about all these influencers shilling VPAD. And now it's like at freaking... Now it dumped down to the oblivion. And no one talks about that, though. You know, let's just ignore that. You know? They all got a quick payday and they dipped. Zero knowledge? You know it, Drew. You know it, man. You know it, my friend. BNB checkout. BNB? BNB held up pretty well yesterday. Obviously, it had that hack, so it kind of had a drop beforehand, which may be why it held up a little bit. But yeah, BNB, same deal. I mean, look where it came back to yesterday. It wicked where, I mean, you could really just bring this down a little bit like this. It wicked down to where it bounced once, bounced twice, bounced 3 times, and it finds itself in this resistance, 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 support, resistance, support, resistance, support. Okay. It's going up and down, up and down. But no, BNB, it's obviously it's held up super well during this sort of sideways action, you know? So I like the projects that have held up well, right? BNB's held up really, really well. Uniswap held up very, very well. Matic has held up very, very well. Look at Matic, man. Matic's been a freaking rock. Matic hasn't gone anywhere, man. And Matic, from the lows of June, is actually still holding up at 154% gain from June. And it's just chilling, right? The market can dump, and literally, Matic just goes sideways. It's awesome, man. What else has held up pretty well? There's been a couple other ones that held up pretty well. Not ADA. Not ADA. As far as high cap. Sol, not really Sol either, to be fair. Dot, no. Near's held up very... Actually, Near was holding up very, very well, but it's kind of fallen off the wagon a little bit. It's fallen off the wagon just a little bit, you know? But Near is one that I like for the opportunity. There's a lot of good opportunities, man. You know? There's a lot of good opportunities. And there's a lot of good coins that have been held up really well. Really freaking well during this sideways action. Whatever happened to the thousands of VPAD stakers? Oh, man. The VPAD stakers, man. Everyone just forgets about that, you know? But it is what it is. People have a short-term memory. I do too, you know? Adam? Yeah, Adam's... oh, I forgot about Adam. Mike. Adam's been awesome, dude. Adam's another one that's been... why do I not have Adam on my watch list? Like, this is kind of ridiculous at this point. Let's add it on here. Let's add it on the watch list. Let's add this one here. Let's see. Yeah, Adam's been awesome. Right? I mean, even Adam from the lows. And I think these are the ones you got to look at. The ones that are showing strength throughout this time. Still up 118% off the lows since June. But yeah, it's... You can tell the ones that are strong and the ones that are... that were kind of just built off like the bull market hype a little bit, you know? And I think those are the ones you got to look at, right? Matic, Uniswap, Atom, what else was there? Freaking, we just talked about all of them. All the ones we just talked about, right? You get the point. KCS Quant, let's look at Quant. Quants. Let's see. Look at QNT, man. I gotta get a little pop music for QNT this morning. Come on. At least something's going up here. Lordy. Look out for ETH-W. Could go crazy when it's listed on major exchanges. Good. I mean, it's not really pumping right now, but I gotta give it... I want to give QNT the shout out, man, because QNT's been killing it. Buying the lows to make money, even in a bear market. Listen, like, you don't have, this doesn't even have to be a hold. If you bought down here for really any alt, man, obviously there's a few exceptions that are pretty much like chilling at the lows, but there's a lot of them that have been killing it. Like QNT is up a 4x off the lows, you know? So there's QNT. It actually is, it's getting a little bit of a wick up, so be careful of the deviation, as we like to say. And actually, it broke that daily. It doesn't actually have bearish divergence on the daily anymore, which is really, really nice. But it looks like it is trying to break back above this previous support for resistance. It's trying to break back above it today. If Bitcoin can have a decent day today and not just dump down to the oblivion, right? And we're looking at quant being at 206. Obviously, pay attention today. Right, Bitcoin drops to 18 again. Okay, this probably doesn't break out here, you know. But 206 is that next region we're looking for QNT after really breaking out of a nice macro, like a really, really nice macro pattern, right? Which is you had the low, you create the left shoulder, the head, the right shoulder, you break out, you back test, you get the continuation, right? I mean, it's really, really nice macro structure. It's just you need to see that continuation now. Let's see Bitcoin. Look at Bitcoin retracing like a boss, man. We got 28 minutes into the close. If Bitcoin can retrace back, only if Bitcoin retrace back above 19,595, that kind of nullifies this M formation, right? So let's watch this. Obviously, go to the 15-minute. We already got the close, and this is why you look at the 15-minute. You say, okay, 15-minute can bounce. Get back above this, close back up here on the hourly, bada bing, bada boom. You nullify that M formation, all of a sudden you're back in business. But if we watch the 15-minute time frame, this comes back up, gets rejected here, and curls back down. Obviously we might get a little bit of issues there, So we'll watch that as we go. But we just don't want to get rejected from this M formation neckline here. So if there's any chance Bitcoin holds up for the short term, we want to see this retrace back above 19,595 here in the next 27 minutes. So we got some time. Here. If it doesn't, we still got these and we're looking at these lows. But yeah, we'll see what happens here. Anyone long 19.4? Dude, this was a good point right here. Like we said, there was so much confluence right here, man. Previous support. And then someone was saying it's previous resistance. It's a little bit of a resistance level. Not really anything crazy, but previous support. You got the 200 EMA and the 50 EMA coming in hot. Like a hot potato, like we like to say. Coming in right at that level. That was a nice little move, man. That was a nice little move. Let's see. Excuse me, man. It's either your personal tax rate, which is depending on income. If you have a good job, you pay around 42 to 48%. 11% ordinary income. Are you guys talking about taxes? Yes, man. I'm not a tax. I'm not a tax advisor, so I'm not going to talk about taxes. Holding some Atom I picked up at 1388 until next bull run. Gained 5% on it until I cash it in. Nice, dude. Nice, Brandon. That's what I'm talking about, man. Shout out to Brandon out here. Scooping up some Atom. That's what I'm talking about, bro. That's what I'm talking about, man. I love it. I love it, man. Right now, we're I don't know. Like yesterday was good. Like I said, it gave us some dopamine, right? We got the pump, we got the dump, we got a little dopamine in our body. We can sustain a little bit more boring time frame here for a little bit. But now we're back to reality, which ping pong, support, resistance, support, resistance, support, resistance. And we could kind of go from there. But yeah, there were some good opportunities yesterday. Some altcoins wicked really low, man. Some altcoins wicked really, really low. And if you were able to scoop some up, personally, I didn't do any trading yesterday because I told you guys I don't trade the. I don't want to trade any of these CPI or FOMC days because you can see just nuts volatility, and I'm not trying to get stopped out where I actually do the trade correctly and I just get stopped out because the volatility is going nuts, you know. But I did scoop up some near, which I'm happy about, man. Which I'm happy about. Now, I would like to get a little bit more sub 3 near, but that could just be me being greedy. And you can't get too greedy, man. You can't get too greedy. Let's see. Or peanut butter and cheese? Peanut butter and cheese? Could be peanut butter and cheese. What's the S&P doing right now? S&P, look at the NASDAQ. NASDAQ coming down a little bit. Right? But we saw this yesterday. I will say, like right now, there's some volatility coming back into the market. Market's trying to decide what it wants to do now after we got the CPI print, right? Because we really don't have anything massive coming up until the FOMC meeting, which everyone already assumes it's going to be 75. So, like, my question here, guys, to you guys, my question to you guys in the chat is, I don't really think the next FOMC meeting is going to have a massive effect like it has in the past because I think it's almost a foregone conclusion that it's going to be 75. And the market's already has that priced in. We've known this for months now, right? So it'll be interesting because right now we don't really have, you know, until once again the next CPI, or you can argue some earnings too, which you can argue if those are, you know, relatively important or not for the immediate future, but don't really have much coming on. So like right now the market's trying to decide, okay, let's dip it down, let's pump it back up, let's dip it back down. And we're sort of just wrestling here. We're wrestling with this range, which I would like it was at resistance instead of support. But, you know, sometimes you're going to ruffle the feathers at support until you make that move, you know? Let's see. BC Sizzle. Never had a peanut butter cracker and a cheese cracker mixed? No. You guys ever get those little crackers in the little plastic not the containers, but little wrappers, and you can either get the cheese one or you can get the peanut butter one. Which one do you guys choose? You know what I'm talking about. Those little, what are they called? They're like the little snap crackers, and they come with 6 of them. It's like two, and it's the cheese or the peanut butter. Which one do you take? You take the cheese or the peanut butter? For me, depends on my mood. I'm taking the cheese one, though, more often than not. You'd be surprised. I'm taking the cheese one. They have more flavor, you know? Me personally, this is what it is. No way eating peanut butter and cheese, no way. Both. I think those are underrated. I actually like those little snacks. Like whenever I got one as a kid, I was like, this kind of sucks. And then you start eating it and you're like, holy shit, this is actually pretty good. It's like Cheerios, you know? I've been hating on Cheerios. I get plain Cheerios. Now I'm obsessed with eating Cheerios. It's crazy. White cheddar Ritz? Yeah, the Ritz crackers. That's what it is. Ritz crackers. Neither edible. I never thought every kid mixed those. Oh, no, I never mixed them. I literally never mixed, Drew. I would either get the cheese or the peanut butter, but I'd take the cheese ones all day. You know? Choosy moms. Ritz bits are bustin'. They're bustin'. They're bustin'. I like that, man. They're bustin'. That's like me when I say poppin' for no reason. They're popping, man. All right, guys. It seems like right now Bitcoin's going to kind of rustle with this close. I'm not going to stay on for another 20 minutes, so I'll catch you guys at 7 tonight, and we'll kind of reconvene and see what happens. Obviously, I'm wanting for this hourly close, really the 15-minute too. Basically, what I don't want to see here is Bitcoin sort of just do one of these, right? M formation, drop, come up, retest the neckline, right? And then get continuation down. For people who want the prices to go up, I think what we want to watch for the hourly close, which is in 20 minutes, is for Bitcoin to come back up and retake this level here. That's what we want to see. Bitcoin come back up, retake this level, kind of nullify this M formation at the highs, and then we kind of go from there. You know, all in all, once again, we'll say it. We're at resistance, just like support. You got to respect resistance until it breaks. So, if you don't know what that means, well, I don't think you're going to make it. You know what I mean? Resistance, support. You guys know what to do at resistance and support, right? Take that for what you want it to mean. All right? All right, guys. See you at 7. Don't do anything I want to do. Don't pay to say crypto. Most of all, don't pay to say crypto. And most of all, don't be afraid to take profits in the bear market rallies until proven otherwise, right? Until proven otherwise. Later, guys. Peace out. Peace.